Right. Let's hide this. And that's not what we're using today. We are back to our data set that we started with yesterday. Please mute as you come in. Right. So yesterday we had this data set that we had a look at. Yesterday we also had a look at a few Excel features. So we won't be, going into that now because it's amazing how 30 minutes just fly by, you know. And today, thankfully, we have some business requirements to run with. So the business whose data we are looking at now, this is what they want us to do. And if we remember our business analysis process, the first thing is we want to understand the business question. Okay, what's the business question? It's this one. So they say that we should perform a comprehensive analysis of sales data. Okay, now this is the sales data. They want us to perform a comprehensive analysis of it, and that's quite generic. So details that they've given now is first, they want us to summarize total sales revenue. They want us to analyze sales performance by salesperson, and they want us to identify top selling and low performing products. And also they want us to do some other processing efficiency analysis, okay, to evaluate the efficiency of their order processing system. And the details of that is they want us to calculate average time taken from order placements to shipment. And that we can see from the dates here. If we look at the dates here, we've got order dates and ship dates. So we want to see, okay, how much gap is between those so that we can know if we are very efficient, in shipping early or not. Also, we would need to analyze the distribution of orders across different order priority levels. And if we come into our data, do we have anything around priority levels? There is order priority here, okay? So we are to look at the distribution of orders, so how order quantities has fared around those priority levels. Also, we should be able to assess the impact of different shipping modes on order fulfillment. And do we have anything on ship mode? Yes, we have ship mode container here, okay? So we'll look into that and see how we can analyze by ship mode. It would seem like so far with what they have asked for here, we do have what we need, even if we don't have exactly certain columns in yet, or how we would arrive at those columns, we have them in already. Example is number one. Say summarize total sales revenue. Okay, so but all we have here around price is how many was ordered, the quantity, then this the unit sell price or selling price of each one, okay, and the discount percent. Okay, if you like, you can, because that is discount percent, we can change that percentage if you want to work in percentages, but you can leave it if you want. It depends on how you want to, do this work. Okay, now there is something we were looking at yesterday, and that is now that we have understood that this is what they need. If there is any part of this requirement that is not clear, we need to go back to them for further clarification. Okay, and like we just did, look into the data set and be sure you've got everything that you need. Understanding the data set, we did that yesterday. That is the second stage of your data analysis, process. All right, moving on. We were talking about cleaning this data. That's the third stage now. We want to start looking into making our data, improving our data quality, where there is no consistency, we want to work on that. We want to look at data types, and we want to look at how we can start adding those columns in that we would need, which are not readily available. Okay, now I will start with data types. Okay, well, salesperson, I can see here just 3 names. So just the 3 names are repeated, over. So I understand that we've got just 3 salespersons that we're going to be working with. And then we've got the dates, and we can see within the dates is just the year 2017, January to December, that we are considering the order for. And I can see here where we check the data type under home, which is highlighted. We check the data type. It recognizes that as date anyway. So we are fine with that. Now, I'm looking at this as well. The ship dates it's saying that as general. I'll put that as dates, so I'll change it here to short date so that it's saying it as date. We can leave this because it's just text, so we can leave this as general or text if you want to change that to text. I'm just going to look through to see if there's anything here that is jumping out at me that's not right. So I'm looking through to see, okay, critical, high, low, medium, not specified, I think that looks all right. Had it been I've got 2 mediums, coming up here, I would want to investigate why it's saying 2 mediums or 2 criticals, maybe one of them has got an extra space that I need to remove. I would want to investigate that. That's why it's good to look through the skeleton of your data structure, through looking at each column the way that we are looking at it. And we can see a list of all the others. So far, we've not found any blanks. So that's good news for us. So nothing is missing just yet. Order quantity, looking through, okay, we've got everything filled in, no blanks, no nulls either. Is this being seen as number? If not, we'll change it here to number. And when I change that to number, we can see that it's just gone straight to put decimal places. But because it's got order quantity, there isn't necessarily any fractional parts to this. So I'm going to remove those decimal places. And under number, which is under this section, of the ribbon that we have number, we've got different other functions. We've got, if we've got currency that we are dealing with, we can change different currencies under there. We've got percentage, there. We've got a comma. If you've got up to thousands and you want a comma separator so that your number is easily readable, and apply that. Now, these are the decimals that I need. If I want to increase my decimal, you can see the arrow. If I want the decimal to shift to the left, I will click on that. Like, please mute as you are coming. I will click on that as so. But no, that's not what I want to do. I want to get rid of the decimal place. So I'm going to go the opposite way, which is the right, this next one here, and click as many times as I need, So that is sorted. Unit sale price, okay? If we look through the sales price, let's see if it sees it as however we want it to appear. Most of the time, I just work with money as number because any mathematical work I do on it is still going to be fine anyway. But it's your choice. It's what you want to appear that would appear. If you want that to be seen as pound, like so, and it's even put accounting there for you, that's a matter of preference. If you're working in dollar, you can always change that. But I would rather have it as a number, and I would have it as 2 decimal places. So if we go into this more number formats here, I can, we can see that it's already put it as 2 decimal places. I would, just in case we've got thousands down there, I would put a 1,000 separator. So that says use 1,000 separator. And we can see, all the different data types that are there. There is custom, which we may, work with at some point. At the moment, it's not very relevant. So I'm going to OK that. And we'll do the same. This says discount in percent, but we don't have a percent yet. So I'm going to change that into percent like so. And we can see straight away that 0.08 became 8%. It's just multiplied everything by 100. Then shipping amount is also number. And we can see some inconsistencies here. While the first row 2 there, the first one is not having any decimal. Others are. So we've got a few mix up there that's not making that column look consistent. So we might want to work on that and change that up as well. And it's occurring here as general. We don't want that. So I'm going to use number and I'm going to, it's made it 2 decimal places already. But just to be sure, I'll check here. I'll use the comma separator as well. And I can see 2 there, You can always adjust that to what you want, but we know money is always 2 decimal places. So we'll leave that as that. And then we've got this ship mode container. In my business requirement, one of them has asked me to assess the impact of different shipping modes on order fulfillment. So I'm going to need that shipping mode. At the moment, the shipping mode container is what we have. So it's sort of merged both shipping mode and the container together. And I would want to separate those, so that I have access easily to my ship mode when I need to use it. So is there someone, so that I'm not doing too much talking, someone who would like to remind us or tell us how do we separate, how can I separate what we have here into 2 columns such that we have the ship mode, this part that is on the left-hand side of that symbol there, and the one on the right-hand side separated. I need help. How do I go about separating those 2 sides to 1 column? Very quickly, please. Any help? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So let me try and say something.
Okay.
So you can create another column.
Okay.
You
want me to insert a column here?
Yeah, you can insert, yeah.
Okay.
And you can start typing Express Air.
Okay.
That's the magic in Excel that does it for me anyway.
Okay.
Express Air.
Okay.
Then you go to the next one.
Okay, I pressed enter.
Go to the next one. Yeah, type regular air now.
Regular. Okay. As I was typing, can we see what happened?
Yeah, that's the flash fill. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's really quick. Okay. So I created that column. I'm just going to enter to accept this. Okay. So immediately I enter the first one. I've given Excel the pattern I want. And when I started creating the second, Excel as an intuitive tool just made a guess like, okay, this is what she's trying to do or he is trying to do, whoever they are behind the screen. Let me help them out. And when I saw that pattern and it's okay by me, I just clicked enter. And that is how you use flash fill, in Excel. I'm just going to look through just to be sure, that we are fine. And where time permits, you can, scroll down. And time should permit actually, because this part of the job is part of your foundation work. Okay. So it's saying that that's what I wanted to do. And it's gone on to separate it out for me. That's really very helpful. Thank you very much, Uncle Tolu. And I'm just going to call that ship mode. Is there anyone who does not understand that or you want us to go over that again? We are going to try it again. Now, when I wanted to start this was
someone's hands up now.
Okay. Please go for it, whoever's hand is up.
Okay, sorry, I have a little background noise, but I'll be quick. Is there any other method of doing this, maybe from the ribbons above? Because I was thinking maybe there should be an option to split column or possibly merge column. So that's what I wanted to ask.
Yes, and that's what I had in mind to do. But you see, we all think around solving problems, we think differently. The way you have thought about using a split column, that's what I was going to do. I wanted to just split this. But Brotolu thought of using flash fill, which is a quick method as well, you know. So there's many ways to kill a cat in using all these tools is what I'm trying to say. And we are going to look at that as well, that you just suggested. So let me see if I need to insert a column here. And we come back to this, okay? So I actually want to split this up because right now what we have is we have sort of brought the first part out, but we still have that that column the way we started, okay? But I want to arrive at a point where I actually split this particular column. And that is where the option that was suggested by my sister who just spoke is applicable. So I've picked the column that I would need to split. Okay, and in Excel, it's called text to column. I'm trying to remember where it is. Anyone help out, please? I'm looking for text to,
under data.
Under data, thank you. So under data, we have this. So under data, there's different segments, sections here. We've got the data types. We've got where it says queries and connection. We've got get and transform data. We've got sort and filter. But what we need is under data tools. Now, under data tools, we've got the text to column, which is for splitting. Can you see when I, put my cursor on there, it's telling us more. Split a single column of text into multiple columns, not even just two. You can split it into multiple columns. For example, you can separate a column of full names into separate first and last names, column names. You can choose how to split it up, which we'll see now. Fixed with or split at each comma, period, or other character. At the moment, the character we've got a space first. After the express air, we've got a space. We've got the, what's this called again? Is gone up.
Hyphen.
The hyphen, thank you. And then we've got another space. So we've got space, hyphen, space, okay, that we can use to split this up. Now, let's see how it works. I'm going to click that now. I'm telling it to split, and it's come up with this box. And it's saying, choose the file type that best describe your data. Is it delimited or is it fixed with? Delimited is that it's got characters such as commas or tabs to separate each field that you want to separate. And that's applicable in our own case. They've got characters that separate. Now, fixed with is fields are aligned in columns with spaces between each field. That's not our case. Delimited is what we want, okay? We've got a character or some characters we want to use. So I'm going to next. And it's brought this, okay? So if it was a semicolon, I will go for it. If it was a comma, if it was a space, I would go for it. But I don't want to just use space, it's order. So because it's something else that's not stated here, okay? And I'm just going to type what it is for me. So I will type the space first because there's a space so that I don't have to deal with space. And I'll put okay, it's just letting me put one character, which is not really very nice. So I'll put the main character, which is that. All right, so And we can see a data preview there. It's showing us what our result is going to look like. And we can see that it looks like exactly what we want. It says express a large box. You know, it's separated using the character that we have stated here. So I'm going to go to next. This is not, I don't normally touch this, you know, because I've got what I need anyway, and I'm just going to tell it to finish up. Okay. It's saying that there's already data here. Do you want to replace it? Let's go with okay. Yes. So it saw that I had already created a column, you know, and it's asking me, do I want to, you know, replace that blank with what is coming in? And I clicked on yes. Okay. Now this is the destination that I had in mind, you know, to get to. So I can rename this as the container type, if you like. And this part is just the ship mode. Okay. Now there's something we need to check out though. Those spaces that I spoke about, are they retained? So if I click on the first one and I come here, can we see my cursor within that box? It looks to me like there's a space. So if I go one space, one arrow back now, can you see that there is a space? Okay, so that space needs to be dealt with. And if we come here as well, just the beginning of the large box, let's see if the space was also retained here. Okay, so there is also a space there. So the space before the hyphen and the space after the hyphen are still within this data set for every one of them. And they are seen as characters that we need to deal with and remove before we continue. Who can remind us, or who has an idea? How do we remove an extra space from the beginning or the end of a word in Excel? You start with a T. Very quick.
We can use the trim function.
We can use the trim function. Okay. Thank you very much. Can you talk us through how to do that?
Yeah, we're going to highlight the colon.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, we'll create an additional colon.
Okay, I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah. On the very first cell, we will now put is equal trim. Then you just double click on it. Then you will now highlight what we need to trim.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then I close that. Oh, what happened now? Did I start at the wrong place then?
No.
No. You just moved your cursor too early to the.
I did, yeah. Okay, let's start again. We don't want to do it wrong. Going to delete that. Okay. So let's take that out. Okay. So we've cleaned that because we must always start from the very first one so that we can apply it down. Okay. Please, sorry, sir, please talk me through that again, please.
Okay. We use trim, T-R-I-N. You double click on it, then you pick the cell you want to trim first.
This first one.
Yeah, then you close it, the parentheses, then you press enter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's done it. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much, sir. So trim is the function that we use to remove extra space from the beginning or from the end of any text, you know, of any text. All right.
Sister Debbie, can we not just move the cell? Why did we have to do that? I know there was a space, but
can we not move the cell? Okay, which cell?
you know, you said there was a space on ship
Oh.
mode on L.
Oh, I
Can't
see what you
read
mean.
So what was the essence of trimming that? Are we
Because, sorry, it's because we've got so many rows. If I come here and show you how many rows of data that we have, in this case, we've got about 2,154 rows. So if
Oh.
we've got, if we've got to do that for 2,154 rows, it's going to take a whole chunk of time to do it singly for each one. Okay. And within a press of a button, under 1 minute, we've done it for all of those rows using the formula. Okay. So that's the essence of those formulas, is just to make our lives easy.
The method that Brother Tolu did,
Hmm.
would we have done? Would he have worked for the second section? You know, the large box. We did the express air. Would that have gone on for the second? Because
How
we
do you
didn't
mean?
complete it.
How do you mean? I'm not
You
getting you.
know, it was express hair large box, okay? And then
Yes,
when we started the express hair, we were able to separate the express hair, but we hadn't done the column for the
it would
large
have worked. Yeah, it would have
It would have
worked.
worked
Yeah,
for that. Okay.
yes,
Thank
it would
you.
have worked. And the great thing is, maybe we would not have needed to do this trim.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to check if that would have
Exactly.
worked as well, because we didn't complete it.
We
Yeah.
didn't. That's
Just
true.
a caveat. If you want that to work,
Yeah.
you have to do the large box first,
Uh-huh.
because
I
it
was
will
gonna
only pick
what I
what
was
is close
thinking
to it.
because
Yeah.
it
You do
would
the
have
large
been,
box first, then create another column, then
and then
it will
do the
only pick
express
what
hair.
is near to it.
Yes.
You understand? So
What
if
is
you do
exactly
express
next to
air
it?
first, it will not pick the large box.
Yes, it wouldn't. That's what
So
I
you
was
have to do
wanted
large
to
box first
confirm.
in that order, then create another column, then do
And then
express
do
air.
the express air. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we good?
Yeah.
Is there anyone who is lost right now?
We just pick the last one first before you do the first one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all.
Okay, so we've got our ship mode, and we've got where we don't have any extra space to it, which is this one. It's always good to submit your work with the formula, and we can see this one has got formula to it, So you can, to get rid of the formula, we can copy that, so I'm copying, but I'll come here to paste special, okay? So paste special you can't paste here, it just allows you to do it sometimes, okay? Okay, let's escape that. Let's start again. Sorry, I know we've got just 1 minute more. And the way this 30 minutes is really rolling these days is not really nice, okay? It's not letting me paste over. Sometimes it lets you, okay? So what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to create another space, just around here somewhere. Insert space. And I'm going to just copy all of that and paste. So Control-C that, and then we can paste special here to get rid of the formula. Okay. So now this has not got any formula to it. Okay. And it's always good to quickly do that if you're not trying to preserve the formula, because sometimes when you move maybe I want to do some working out here and I create extra space somewhere here. When you move your columns around, which happens a lot when you're working within Excel, your formula might not recognize what you did before anymore and start throwing up errors. Okay. But if you've got things sorted out by removing, the formula because you pasted special, that normally helps to preserve your work. And you can always get rid of any column that's not serving purpose anymore, so that I can delete so that I don't have to, deal with that. That I can also delete because it's not relevant anymore. And I can name this my ship mode, okay? Okay, now tomorrow we are going to calculate the sales. So I won't go through what prior learning, because it seems that takes a lot of time. The plan today was to be able to calculate the sales, and then we can quickly start analyzing. but we could not do that today. But we got to see the trim function. We got to see how to use the flash fill, you know, for finding quick patterns and quickly filling up all of your, you know, column, however many rows it is, you know. And we got to see how to split using the text to column. So we got to see 3 different functions, you know, of Excel within the time that we have spent together today. We also got to look into data types. We saw a few functions within number and within accounting and currency, and how to change your work to discounts. Okay, more mathematics would need to. It's not hard maths, but a bit of simple maths would come in tomorrow, so that we can calculate total sales, you know, and when discount is removed, how much are we left with? And then we can start to answer gradually. Maybe by tomorrow, we should be able to finish, at least summarize total sales revenue, and we should be able to analyze sales performance of each salesperson within this data set at a glance. You know, that's the plan. Do we have any questions further? Anything?
Thanks, Sister Debbie, for tonight. I think Jude asked a question earlier that, are you working with Excel 2021? In the chat, he asked a question earlier.
Oh, no, I've got the
Office 365.
the Office 365. That's what I'm using.
Okay.
Okay. I was about saying that.